Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the January 28, 2026 meeting of the Delhi Township Board of Trustees. A very special night tonight. We have a good packed house, which is great to be in here where it's 75 degrees and 10 outside. But some good things going on here at the meeting, so thank you all for being here, those watching from home. We will have the opening of the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, as we always do, and then we have a moment of silence. Our moment of silence, to me, is a very simple moment of silence for peace in the land and for cool heads to prevail. When you watch the news and you see everything going on in Minneapolis and beyond, you just scratch your head. This one nation under God, united we stand, divided we will fall. So we've got to get our acts together, stick together, support those that are in law enforcement, support those in authority, those who have a job to do, and at the same time, use common sense when enforcing those laws. So wherever you stand on what's going on and all of the battles and the street ruckus, everything, we don't need it. And pray for peace in these areas. And as I said, we still live in the greatest country in the world. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And we got to protect that. So again, cool heads prevail, and let's just protect that. And we pray for peace. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. As we did at the beginning meeting here to start 2026, we thought we would change the order up a little bit because we've noticed that sometimes people will sign in to address the Board of Trustees, but we do public comments at the end of the meeting and people sit through a lot of stuff that they don't really need to be sitting through or want to sit through. So we want to protect your time. So we do open it up with public comment. I do not have anybody signed in to address the board tonight. Very good. Then we will go to approval of the minutes, please. Mr. Luby?
We have no approval of minutes this week, but we do have the approval of overtime. So we have motion to approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending January 6, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved.
Motion to approve bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Report from the fiscal officer, Mr. Luby.
Significant transactions since our last meeting. We did receive $58,000 deposit for the local government distribution and gasoline tax, and our payroll on 129 will be $385,000. That's all I have.
Thank you so much. Trustee correspondence, Trustee Sturts.
I don't have anything tonight.
Trustee Seavey.
I just want to thank the resident who wrote me this very informative letter and suggesting what we could possibly do with the corner of Anderson Ferry and Delhi Pike. And I just want to let everyone know that we do read that type of correspondence, and she had great ideas, and I will share those with the rest of the board. But we think about that corner a lot. We also think about our expenses and our budgeting process a lot. So any suggestions or ideas, please bring them to us. We love hearing them. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. We do have a special presentation tonight, the Citizens Police Academy graduation. Sergeant Joe Goddard is in the house. Sergeant, good evening.
This evening, we're here to recognize those graduates of our 23rd Citizens Police Academy. Over the last 10 weeks, which started back in November, they went through a series of classes, which I know a lot of you have done the same, and learned the ins and outs of our great police department here, along with the partners of Green Township Police Department, the Hamilton County Justice Center, and the Hamilton County Communication Center. With that being said, I do want to first say a couple thank yous to not only the participants, but those officers and members of our administration that participated as instructors over those 10 weeks. From my understanding, it was a great 10 weeks, which is always good, very informative. They got to do a lot of hands-on activities as well, which is always important. With that being said, I am going to have Michelle Hughes, one of our graduates, come up and say a few words about the program.
Hello.
Hello. All right. My name is Michelle. and I just completed the program. So I wanted to say the Delhi Citizens Police Academy is, I think, an invaluable resource for building relationships between Delhi citizens and police officers. It's police officers. It creates a real-life connection, putting names to faces and hearing their stories and their experiences. I found that aspect to be most humbling and added depth to what is otherwise kind of a superficial relationship with officers, right? The program showcases the technology, tools, and tactics officers use, not only to keep us safe, but to keep themselves safe as well. It's a peek behind the curtain, revealing just how complex every call and run and investigation has the potential to be. We learned about amazing technology with the drones, the comprehensive investigations that follow fatal crashes, how to use lasers and radar for traffic enforcement. We participated in a couple different training simulations, observed the incredible work of Stryker with Officer Summers, and took a dive into criminal investigations, interviews, and interrogations techniques, and many, many other things, like so much. Personally, I found the experience of riding along during an officer's shift one of the most educational aspects, to watch firsthand what's happening inside a police car, all the things officers are watching for, checking, listening to is remarkable, overwhelming, but remarkable. Things like the little practices an officer uses to keep themselves safe, how calls come in, information is communicated, just a few things I think everyone should have the opportunity to experience. Sorry. So naturally, the Communications Center, my second favorite class was our tour of the Hamilton County Communications Center. So pairing my knowledge of what's happening inside the police car with where that information derives was a very full circle moment, and it takes a vast village of people to keep us all as safe as possible. And finally, I wanted to mention that learning about the split-second decisions officers make, often in the most chaotic moments regarding use of force, was profoundly eye-opening to understand from an officer's perspective. A lot of people don't ever get that, so that was very interesting, very neat. In the end, I gained so much information about what our police do, and I will never be able to take what they do lightly. Our officers are all men and women who existed before now, but now have names and faces, and I am profoundly more grateful for each and every one of them and what they do for our community than I was 3 months ago. I'm thankful for this class exists, and encourage everyone to do it at least once. And I look forward to continuing to support the Delhi Police through the work of the Delhi Citizens Police Association, hopefully.
Awesome. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Michelle. And as she said, obviously we do have a handful of those participants that graduated here tonight that are already interested in joining our Citizens Police Association. If there is anyone interested in joining the next police academy, which would be in the fall of 2026, they can go to the Township website, simply type in the keyword in the search box, Citizens Police Academy, and it'll be the first link. With that said, I'm going to introduce those class of 2023 graduates of the Citizens Police Academy. As I introduce your name, please come up to receive your recognition. Yes. Not all are here, though. So, Greg Bishop. Julie Bishop.
If you could stay in line.
Stay up here. Yeah, sure. Yep.
There'll be a photo op.
Michael Burke. John Weber. Kelsey Foster. Don't know if she's here. Janice Schmidt. Arthur Schmidt. Cindy Miller. Amanda Mount. Julie Schmidt. Brent Morris. Kelly Van Steelant. I don't think she's here. Russell Goddard. Yes, my father. Kim Goddard. Yes, my mother. Michelle Hughes. Ariana Loeb. Last but not least, Deborah Sukup, who is in Florida right now, so she will not be joining us. So that is our 2023 graduates, or our 2023 graduates.
Mr. Trustees, if you don't mind, I just want to say congratulations and thanks for being involved. I will tell you that from seeing our officers when they're teaching these classes, I think they have just as much fun as you guys do in the classes. And there's a lot of times we have to turn some of our officers away, obviously, because we have plenty of instructors, and we try to change them around a little bit. I just wanted to tell you thank you. Obviously, your willingness to gain knowledge on what we do is a gift to us. So, and thank you for being involved in your police department and your community. And those that are obviously can continue on with the Citizens Police Association. We welcome you, and thank you for being part of our family. So thank you. Pictures?
Squeeze in for a quick photo. Make sure you're visible. All people in the front.
Okay, she's going back. Tall guy in the back.
That's a speak between you guys.
Tall guy back there.
He makes me look short.
Now the real deal. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Take a few. All right.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sergeant Goddard. For your Trustee Sturts.
Thank you, Sergeant Goddard, plus all the other police officers who helped with this, and thank you to our citizens for attending and learning and understanding. What a great department we do have here and how lucky we are. And now we're blessed to have you to be part of the DCPA and to help us. You're integral to a lot of things that go on here in Delhi, so thank you.
Trustee Seavey.
Yes, congratulations to all of you. Everyone on this board is also a graduate of the Citizens Police Academy. We enjoyed it. In fact, my partner from my class is here tonight, so hello, Mr. Lundy. And it's just so engaging, and it's so informing, and it gives you such a sense of gratitude for what our police do every day for our residents. So thank you so much for participating.
Yeah, I would agree. And, the contribution that you make to the township, first of all, with the time that you put into it, it's not like, we all have a lot of extra free time, but you did it. You said yes to doing that, and you are extra eyes and ears that I'm sure Chief would concur. You will be used. So thank you. And as I said, contributing to the township in a positive way, it doesn't get any better than that. So thank you for that very, very much. We also have a special swearing-in promotion. Chief?
Well, good evening again. I would like to thank the Board of Trustees, our fiscal officer, our township administrator for the opportunity to be here this evening and for allowing us to present Corporal Adam Smith to you for this ceremony. Your continued support of our agency and its personnel is sincerely appreciated. Today we recognize Corporal Smith following his successful completion of a comprehensive multi-step promotional process. This process is demanding by design, and Adam's selection reflects his professionalism, dedication, and readiness to serve in a leadership role. Since joining our agency 4.5 years ago, seems like 10, right? Yeah. Adam has consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic, a genuine desire to learn. He is self-motivated, has taken guidance from his supervisors to heart, and has done everything that has been asked of him. Certainly qualities that make him a dependable officer and a trusted leader. Adam brings with him 8 years of service in the United States Navy and 4 years with the Newport News Police Department down in Virginia. That's where we actually recruited him and drug him up here to the cold weather. During his tenure with our agency, he has served as a field training officer, as an officer in charge during absence of a supervisor. For the past year, as a member of our problem-oriented policing unit, and as a team captain with the Hamilton County Police Association Field Force team, say that 3 times fast, where he was responsible for training fellow officers throughout the county. Before we proceed, it is important to recognize the sacrifices made by Adam's family, especially his wife, Cassie. All law enforcement careers and promotions are not achieved alone, and the steady support of family makes moments like this possible. In just a moment, Cassie will have the honor of pinning Adam with his corporal badge, a fitting recognition of the role she plays in this service. We also recognize their son, Sam, who may be too young to fully understand this ceremony, but is already an important part of why Adam serves. So if I could, Cassie, if you promise to stab him, if you could pin him for me.
The first year I actually did.
Need help? You're here right in the moment.
That's a good judge of character right there, I tell you.
Wow.
Stranger danger.
That hurts.
There we go.
There we go.
So at this time, if I could have Board Chair Mike Davis forward to administer the oath of office. We're cheating here a little bit. You're going to get a piece of paper. Go.
Okay, raise your right hand. I, Adam A. Smith, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio, and the resolutions of the Township of Delhi, and I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all of the duties incumbent upon me as a corporal of the Delhi Township Police Department.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a corporal of the Delhi Township Police Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations,
Nice.
Corporal.
Absolutely. Go around. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're doing a picture there.
Photo op?
Yeah. We're going to, if you come up, if you would.
Jared, you got that? Yeah. Too short. I know, right? Hang on.
Cheers.
Get them out here.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, there we go. Beautiful chairs.
Trustee Sturts.
Congratulations. Resume impressive. And yes, we know how long it takes to get through the process, and Chief's never been wrong about who the committees, well, okay, some of them you might have been. But you're never wrong, and they know what makes the department work together cohesively, and he's always chosen great leadership, so thank you.
Trustee Seavey.
Congratulations. We so welcome you to the new rank that you have well-deserved and earned. So thank you for that, for your service. But Cassie, thank you for your understanding of sharing him with Delhi Township. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Corporal Smith, at different times, in fact, many of the other officers, even some of in the fire division, at any time, as the trustees could be going down the road and we see you up on the pike, we might pull over and say hi. I think we all do it. Or just check in with you and say, hey, how's it going? How's your night? And I remember you, Corporal Smith. I remember you. And I'll tell you why I remember you. You were relatively new, and I don't know if you remember the encounter that we had. But I pulled up to you, and of course, you're probably not familiar who I said, hey, it's Mike Davis. Oh, yeah. And you said, how are you, sir? I said, I'm good. I said, and I think I joked with it, are you chasing bank robbers, Sheriff? From Smoking the Bandit, whatever it was. Had a little laugh. And then you went in to just talk about the evening a little bit. We spoke for about 3 minutes, and that quick encounter, I remember driving away thinking, wow, what a nice guy. What a genuine guy. And we always talk about ambassadors who serve. They come to serve, not to be served, but to serve. And I thought, bravo, well done on you, and thank you for saying yes to the township. A good man. May God bless your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fire department, please. Oh, if you guys want to head out, feel free. We'll give you a minute there, unless you guys want to stay for some more fun.
Let me excuse the crowd.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah, feel free. We don't take it personal. Okay, we are going to move on here. Fire department, please. Chief Campbell.
We have a motion to approve the hiring of Jonathan O. Hughes as a part-time firefighter EMT in the fire department at the rate per the collective bargaining agreement with Delhi Firefighters Association upon successful completion of a voice stress analysis, background check, pre-employment physical, and drug testing effective on January 28th, 2026.
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Resolution, please.
Resolution 2026-006, determining to proceed to levy an additional tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation with the township, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion on this resolution, please.
Yes, thank you, trustees. So kind of what brings us to this point is, as you're all aware, we passed a 1.99 additional levy. The voters passed it in 2023, and that covered 2024, 2025, and 2026. So just like we've previously planned throughout the course of our funding cycles and things, we recognized when that was passed, that was going to be 3 years of funding. It met all the guidelines for that, in realization that this should come as no surprise. We're in need of additional funds to continue our operations. I think we're best suited to follow through with a 4-year funding plan. And in doing so, when we discussed certifications, just kind of taking a shot at what our current assessed valuation would be, I told the board we are in need of $2.3 million a year minimum to cover the additional funding needs through 2030. So this would be for levies, or this would be additional funds to support fire operations from 2027 through 2030. If that is approved by the voters, that would take care of that 4-year cycle. And again, we would see something similar to this nature where in 2030, we would be again going through this procedure of certifying millage for the continuation of fire operations. So up to this point, this is my second levy as chief, kind of running through the process. I've certainly been here since 1996, running all of them in some form. But what we've been able to provide the board and the community is we've done what we said we would do with the funds, realizing that this is one of those few times where the fire department needs the community. We're typically the ones responding to their needs, but ideally with increased costs, a lot of it is in personnel drivers. As the board is aware, we've been going through a lot of personnel turnover, retirements, resignations, all those things coupled with a loss of experience. It increases the amount of time we need to train. If you look at it from the perspective of a NFL sports team, you have to have time to develop those players, get them consistent with the plays that we run. And with our part-time structure, because we've taken on so much in part-time, by the time you get them ready to start a game, where do they go? They have the qualifications to go elsewhere for a full-time job, and our full-time hiring is not sufficient to keep up with that pace. Our biggest financial stressor over the last 3 years has been in personnel costs. We've exceeded a number of personnel costs as far as hospitalization. We have seen that create a critical role. The aging fleet, aging equipment, we're on top of our replacements. So this is as good as it gets with the maintenance and things like that. We're in a nice sweet spot. We've spread out costs and expenses for equipment and replacement cycles over the last 10 years. And in doing so, we're not hitting the board with, we need 54 new sets of gear all at the same time. So we've done a fabulous job in extending and balancing out those funds. We're almost to the point where I could tell the board going forward, if we just keep this cycle, we would never have to have these replacement cycles hit us real hard financially, because we've been doing such a good job staying on top of it. So personnel costs being the driver, training needs to be an investment. Over the next 4 years, the biggest thing that's going to impact our operation is if we get behind in training. Because of the changeover in experience, I am set to retire in the middle of this next funding cycle. That means there's other folks that need to step up in the line, and we need to get them suited. We've seen these kind of pressures before, but this is a higher volume. One of the things I would propose to the board is that our operation continue at 14 personnel a day. This funding would allow us to do that with the option to decrease part-time and increase full-time. So taking part-time financial slots that are covering part-time costs, converting those to full-time positions. Because what do you get differently in a full-time employee than part-time? You get somebody that can pump and operate a fire truck, a ladder truck, you get a paramedic, you get somebody that can potentially be an officer. I can't get those qualifications, and I've demonstrated over the last 3 years it's not within my part-time ranks. So it's not an elimination of part-time, but it's the realization for the survival of our operation to continue with quick response times, to continue with efficiency and backfilling qualifications and making sure that our crews are ready to go. this funding cycle for 4 years, it needs to fall in line with that training cycle. It's imperative. One thing that I would recommend to the board, given the 3 options, because of what I was looking for was a $2.3 million additional per year, that equates to a 3.2 mil additional levy. So when the board's under consideration of the 3 options, 3 is not sufficient to go 4 years, nor do any of those changes. 3.4 exceeds what we would be able to do, but it wouldn't go 5 years. My recommendation to the board would that we would look at the 3.2 millage option, allow that be placed on the ballot in May for the voters to decide on those additional funds. Again, it's not something that we take lightly. It should not be a surprise because these discussions come up at every previous levy cycle. So it was clearly stated this would fund us for 3 years, the 1.99 that was passed. So I would just have the board take that under consideration, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about those numbers.
Trustee Sturts.
No, I mean, you provide us with reports and understanding, and I get it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Trustee Seavey.
Well, I have a difficult time telling our residents that I'm about to increase their taxes. However, I have a harder time telling my residents that I'm going to decrease the safety services that we've all enjoyed and experienced from our fire department for the next 3 to 4 years. So having said that, I think I have a pretty good understanding that a lot of the expense that you're talking about is somewhat uncontrollable. In other words, there's young men moving ahead and allowing for openings. In addition to that, I don't know about everybody else, but your medical expenses have skyrocketed, and I know that that was a big impact to you on your budget for this past levy. So I think I understand. You've been very good, Doug, on answering questions and fulfilling what we needed to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Luby.
Obviously, we talk extensively about their budget, during the budget process. And, 80% of your budget is probably, personnel.
84.
So, we do everything we can to make sure that we are competitive with other jurisdictions, to make sure we get qualified personnel to make sure our residents are in good hands. Like I said, this was laid out as 3 years. There's no surprises here. And like what Cheryl said, when we're talking about, residents' safety, it's a no-brainer.
Thank you. Mr. Miller, did you want to weigh in?
Just very briefly, we've tried to game this out. I've asked the questions of the chief if this can be stretched out to 5 years. I think the millage would be too high for that. So I think he's trying to thread a needle here of asking for a reasonable amount of millage, getting it to go as far as it can. Hopefully, we're playing a little conservative, and we can stretch that out. But 4 years is certainly a safe bet. So that's all I have.
Yeah, and, again, protecting that level of service, the training, which I understand, healthcare, which has gone up and up and up. And I do appreciate you, Chief, not trying to throw the 3.4 down our throats when you didn't need that. You went with simply what you felt like what we could do to get through 2030, correct?
Through 2030, correct.
Right. And if it's passed in May, those funds actually, and again, some might say, well, 2026, why are you doing this? And if it's for 2027, will you explain that of when that money actually and how that works?
Absolutely, yeah. The first draw from the auditor's office wouldn't come until 2027. So we would finish out 2026 as planned with the current level of funding, and any additional funds would actually be taken up in 2027.
Yep. And I would concur with Trustee Seavey and Trustee Sturts. And, you know, when you call 911 and you have someone at your door in roughly 5 minutes or less, you can't really put a price tag on it. I would love to have that service protected, and I think it's vital, especially now where we are in these crazy times. And you look no further than just a couple blocks north in Cincinnati, where they will literally wait hours, you know, for police, for fire, and I don't think any of us ever want to get to that. So thank you. Thank you for your due diligence with this, and I know it wasn't just you. You're meeting with Skylar, with Jim, with everybody to make sure that anytime we ask the residents for anything extra, it's needed, and there's a very common sense explanation of why and where we are. So we really appreciate that. So
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Resolution passes. Very good. Department update, Chief?
I have nothing at this time. We've kind of taken enough kind of going through this, and certainly a lot of my focus has been in that, you know, working the numbers over and over again and just realizing that I think the community has a fantastic service in which they're supporting. And again, I can't reinforce it enough. It's always been supported. And through, it is a tough question to ask people to consider additional property taxes in light of everything else that goes on. But this is one thing that funds and comes back to the community. It's a service that revolves around it. And I know people think in the back of their mind, well, they can just make some cuts and make it easy. And as we explained, personnel is a huge part of it. I could stop teaching CPR classes. I could stop teaching safe sitter classes. It wouldn't even touch what would need to occur to balance our budget and not prepare for, you know, some costly changes and stuff like that, because the money just doesn't exist within the budget and flexibility. So I really appreciate the support of the board in putting that on, and certainly respect and honor the decision of the community on how they choose to vote for it.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation, please.
We have a motion to accept the voluntary resignation of park maintenance worker Patrick J. Burns, effective January 31st, 2026.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion approved. Mr. Soupy, how's it going?
It's going. So just a little bit about Patrick. Nothing bad. He's just taking his next step. I think he's moving south. So he's getting ready. He gave me plenty of notice here, and he's going to get stuff in order, and we'll miss him. So, yeah, that's nothing. I hope he does well.
Yeah,
so,
amen.
So another little note, along with the usual, this snow, we do help out with the road crew, probably 80% of our crew for the park. So we've been busy with Ron's team, cleaning up. The park and everything does come last usually at that point, so we close it down, and we just did get it open, I believe, yesterday. So the gates are open. Other than that, like prepping for spring this year, we are going to have plenty of posts open for the job applications now. So we'll have service worker, seasonal part-time, and custodial workers. You can give us a call, apply online at delhi.oh.us, or call our Parks Department, 513-451-3300. I do have a couple meetings set up here this week, senior center and library. I'm sorry, lodge for the library. So that's getting pushed back because of the weather a little bit. We'll hit that 3D scanning such for their layouts. So that's all coming up. And that's about it right now. Busy with snow right now and getting unburied. So
Amen. And we'll cover that with Ron, I'm sure. Anything?
Well, I just want to squelch some rumors that I heard this week. God bless. We are not tearing down Glen Carter Lodge, okay? The library is going to get torn down and rebuilt we are renting, well, that's coming up. We'll have a contract with them to rent the lodge to be the library. So you still have a library, but the lodge is intact. We have no future plans of tearing down the lodge. So please circulate that out there, because it kind of surprised me when I heard it. But thank you for everything.
Trustee Seavey?
No,
Good?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Soupy. Police Department, please.
We have motion giving public notice that Lieutenant Joseph J. Macaluso Jr. will be retiring effective on March 31st, 2026, and rehired on April 1st, 2026, with a public meeting held on March 11th, 2026, as provided under ORC 145.381.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Chief, go ahead, resolution.
Resolution 2026-007, declaring certain police vehicles and equipment no longer needed for public use and authorizing the sale to the Village of Green Hills Police Department and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Mr. Miller?
Or, Chief?
I'm sorry. Sorry, Chief.
Talk about it.
You could talk about it, but he probably, yeah, I know. I'm thinking on your update, we can get to it, so we'll come back.
We come
Okay.
back?
We'll come back to it. Let's just keep rolling.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
Resolution 2026-008, authorizing the Township Administrator to enter into an agreement with Our Lady of Victory School to provide a school resource officer, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution, which you will cover on your update, I'm sure.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
Resolution 2026-009, authorizing the Township Administrator to enter into an agreement with St. Dominic School to provide a school resource officer, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion on the resolution?
Okay. I move to dispense the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Now, Chief Braun, there's lots of great things in there. Let's start at the beginning. Go.
So if you recall, back in July, I think, we passed a resolution for Lieutenant Macaluso to retire. And unfortunately, he had some paperwork that needed to be adjusted up at the state, and we all know how long sometimes that takes. So we had to reintroduce the resolution or the motion, because by law, we have to do it within so many days. So I could sit here and talk about Lieutenant Macaluso all night long, what a blessing he is and what an ambassador he is and the good work that he does. So we're blessed to keep him for hopefully a long time. So, and continue to serve the community like he does. And so the next one is a police car, unmarked car we took out of service. It hadn't been used in 6 months. It's got over 90,000 miles on it. And what we try to do is help other communities out if we can. And obviously a car sitting in our lot for that long, it's going to actually ruin it. So we're going to get some money in return to use it to help buy a new car for us this year. And then in return, Green Hills is going to get the benefit of using that car for a little bit. And then the next two we've been working on as far as contracts with St. Dominic and Our Lady of Victory since probably about September. And I do want to personally thank Brian Pacheco, our attorney, and also Mr. Miller for their assistance on this. It's been a lot of work, and we finally got it done. So it's going to allow for a police officer to be assigned to each school, and obviously not only provide security, but they're also going to help teach classes and help with traffic after school. And the school will pay for the salary and the fringe benefits while the officers are at the school. So that's a huge benefit for the police department, community, and for the schools. There's nothing better than keeping our children safe, and And I'm so glad that this came to fruition, and I can't say enough about the assistance these two gentlemen helped me with this. And as far as two minor updates, we've got a fundraiser coming up next Friday. I'm sure it's in the events, but fundraiser for kids, cops, and firefighters to raise money to help take kids shopping for Christmas and help pay for their school lunches that can't afford lunches. And that's something the fire department and police department really enjoy doing. And secondly, I want to give a shout out to Ron and his crew because of the work that they did, and then also the county on our roadways. We did not take one crash report over that snow.
Unbelievable.
Not one. So that's pretty incredible. So I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Very good. Trustee Sturts.
No, you've explained everything. Thank you so much.
Trustee Seavey.
No, thanks, Chief. I'm so pleased to hear that we'll have SROs in our parochial schools as well. I know you worked hard on that, and it's all for the betterment. Thank you.
And it was great. All of you working, Father Ben, Victory, Dominic's, the Archdiocese of Cincinnati, the Archbishop, everyone coming together to try and just make sure the kids are safe. Again, you hope that never needed, but if you look in the history of different things and attacks that have happened on the schools and kids, this is a great move. And so I'm so thrilled, like everyone else, thrilled that we got it through and we could bring it together.
And thank you for giving a shout out to the schools and the Archdiocese, because obviously they came to the table as well, and we appreciate that. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Public Works, please. A motion.
We have a motion to accept the retirement of Public Works Officer Manager Patricia A. Kleisinger, effective January 31st, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
31 years. Huh?
Yep.
31 years.
bye, Trish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worked together for 20 years. She definitely made the workplace enjoyable and an asset to the community. Wealth of information, needless to say. Helped out with other departments when needed and filling in. She's really great to work with. She'll be missed.
Yeah, 31 years and literally millions of dollars that she's worked with on the grants and the roads, projects. I mean,
FEMA contracts come to mind.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. She was a blessing.
Yep. Every day, 7 a.m. She was there.
Yeah, she
Even
definitely
before that.
interacted with a lot of residents over the years, that's for sure. We always, take pride in answering the phone and answering questions and taking care of things, sending them to the right jurisdictions or the county or what have you. But she helped out with that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we wish her the best.
Definitely a team player. 31 years. Yeah. God bless your journey, Trish, and thank you.
Yes.
Anything else happening for the roads?
A couple things. I could probably talk to the next storm next week.
Yeah.
Let's see. With this storm that they called historical storm, I guess, the cold temps really made it a struggle. Not that the almost foot of snow didn't help either, but let's see. Every storm is different, but for the most part, our department treats each storm the same, kind of, because when it quits snowing, we're usually, we try to eat something, fuel up, load our trucks, and then we get out there and don't stop until it's clear. And that strategy has really worked good over the years. I think I mentioned it on Facebook before, it's 5 routes. It takes about 7 hours if everything goes good to plow about 12 miles of road. Usually at the end of the storm, we'll try to throw 6 trucks out there, if not more, to, reduce that time frame. During the storm, they don't call it Delhi Hills for nothing. We usually put extra effort into keeping the hills and stuff clear. I'm sure that helps reduce the accidents, and we really didn't get called by the police too often, or I know fire has us, they can reach us on the radio during the big storms. I'll talk about a couple other things that we get some calls on. Parking spots on the parking side of the roadway. I guess in a perfect public works storm, it would stop snowing about 9 p.m., and then we would work all night while everybody's sleeping, and there would be no cars on the street, and everything would be cleared curb to curb. But that's not really possible, but we do our best. I guess the priority is to get the roads open for the emergency vehicles, and that typically does work. Unfortunately, we can't get all the parking spots cleared, especially if there's cars in the road, but we work around that. Road designations, I know we get some people asking about, you'll see a truck driving on a county road, which is usually 35 miles per hour, such as Delhi Pike, and the plows will be up. They could be out of salt, what have you. In an emergency situation for fire, police, or waterworks, we will help out on the roads that aren't technically township, but for the most part, we do try to stay on our routes. As the police chief mentioned, Hamilton County, we do share a storage facility in our salt dome with them, and they did a great job. They didn't let up either. Let's see. And then a big shout out to the drivers. I know the park helped us too. All the drivers put in the work, and then we had it ready, cleared as much as we could, and salted. And then luckily the sun came out and it really put that salt to work. Within a few hours, everything was more than passable. A couple spots we struggle with in shady areas and stuff, but that really good combination, good timing, and a lot of hard work. Any questions on any of that? Anything I missed?
Well, you didn't miss it, but, and you lightly touched on it, is somebody said, well, why can't the township handle the county roads? County roads, thank you. And it's a matter of resources. I mean, it's our manpower that we're paying out of your tax dollars. It's our salt supply that we're paying out of your tax dollars. It's the wear and tear on our equipment coming out of your tax dollars. And so we have enough to take care of, like you said, 15 miles?
It's 55 miles total. It's about 11, 12 miles
right.
per route.
So, we're using our resources to take care of what is ours to maintain so that we can take care of those streets. And then that's Hamilton County's on the other side. But as an aside, real quick, Chief Campbell, one of my neighbors was impressed when there was a run in our neighborhood and the ambulance pulled up and whatever, got out with a snowblower and snowblowed to the front street. So I thought that was very impressive. So we all definitely worked together. They got you to the house and you guys got yourself to the door.
Trustee Seavey.
Ron, it was a great job. I mean, usually I expect the calls or I expect the emails, and you know what? This time, everything was quiet. I think, thank you, residents, for understanding and getting as many cars as you can off of our roadways to clear the streets. And thank you, Ron, and your crew for a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would concur with all that. Funny story, as I was driving on River Road, turning on the Fairbanks, listening to 700 WLW while the storm's coming down. Roads were horrible, just bouncing all over, horrible. I turn on the Fairbanks, I just want to get home. And I got up to the line there, the corporation lines, we enter into Delhi, and it was clear, it was great. And as I'm listening to 700, they're talking and they're giving an update on all of the apparatus that's out on the streets, trying to clear the streets, and in Green Township and in Hamilton County. And we have not heard back from the city of Cincinnati, but I laughed out loud at it. I thought, God almighty, I know they've got a lot to cover, but my goodness, you sell a railroad and you got billions. Get the roads fixed, start filling potholes, and get ready for the next one, right?
Next year, you mean? Next season?
Yeah, that's right. I want to hear more about these shady areas of the township you're talking about. Chief, you might want to get in on that. The shady areas.
Share that with Chief Braun.
Yeah, but great job. I know no one's saying that we're perfect. We're not saying that. It's just when you get something like that, 10, 12 inches, foot of snow, you do the best you can. And I think Delhi works so well with the county and the county with us. It's a great relationship. So,
definitely.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Marketing and events. Motion, please.
We have a motion to approve the hiring of Casey J. Fincham as event attendant in the marketing and events department at $15 per hour, requiring a voice stress analyzer test, pre-employment drug test, and background check effective January 28th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion approved. Mr. Riesenberg,
Yes.
how's it going?
Excellent. So we'll talk about our production this month. month to date, January, we had 144 prospect leads that we've contacted. We've generated just short of $30,000 in projected revenue this month in the event center. We have some ticketed events coming up along with our regular class schedule. On February 13th, we have a Galentine's Day candy making class. On February 22nd, we have an Alice in Wonderland unbirthday tea party. And on March the 21st, we're hosting a Clues and Cocktails. It's a murder mystery dinner. We also have our February class schedule posted on our website. So for further information, you can go to delhieventcenter.com or the Delhi Event Center Facebook page. As Chief mentioned, next Friday, February the 6th, the Kids, Cops, and Firefighters are holding a fundraiser here at the Event Center from 7 to 11 p.m. It's featuring entertainment by the menus, and we're excited to have it here. The Delhi Athletic Club, month to date for January, they've had 10,337 total check-ins for the month, 3,401 total members in the club, and 121,000 in total sales for the month.
Okay.
And that's all I have, unless you have questions.
Trustee Seavey? Excuse me, Sturts?
I just do have a question about your Clues and Cocktails dinner. Is that like a murder mystery?
It is
that
the
a
murder
different-
mystery,
It is a murder,
yes.
okay. Okay, clever little title, but what's it mean? Okay, thank you.
Trustee Seavey?
No, I hope that all of you that have an opportunity to book an event in the next upcoming year, think of us first and come in and meet Bob and take a tour and understand all the options and opportunities you have to actually rent this facility and be close to home. So keep us in mind.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Riesenberg. Administration, please. Motion.
We have a motion to accept the retirement of Administrative Assistant Lori A. Stutt effective January 23rd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Motion is approved. Lori, for those of you, anyone who's ever called 922-3111, you probably spoke with Lori. 21 years of service, performed many duties through those years, and she's going to be heading out, retirement, I believe. And so God bless that journey, and thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Lori.
We have Resolution 2026-10, authorizing the Township Administrator to spend greater than $10,000 on behalf of the Township in fiscal year 2026, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion on this resolution.
Certainly. This is a fire department purchase. This is actually grant supported. I believe we had a spending authority for this, but we had to adjust the price up just a little bit. Is that correct, Chief?
Correct.
Yeah.
We just needed to increase the cap, but like you said, this is going to be possible reimbursement through the BWC grant, so it's actually less.
Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Resolution approved. Very good.
If I didn't say it, it's a combi tool, like a extraction tool, correct?
Jaws of life.
Jaws of life. There we go.
Administrators report.
Really, it's gonna be a bit of a pile on, but I do want to personally thank both Public Works, Parks, everyone that stepped up and supported the township's efforts during the Snowmageddon. 12 inches of snow all at once is no joke, and this team came together and handled the event admirably. I also want to shout out to police and fire departments, our police officers, our firefighters, they don't take snow days. So even before the roads are cleared, they're out in the thick of it. Our officers are out on the road patrolling, responding to calls. Chief, you had medical calls during the event. You had a structure fire call. Thankfully, that wasn't a major event, but we're still out there responding. So thank you all for your diligence and hard work. Other than that, we have some minor maintenance issues with our building that we have some contractors coming in for later this week, mostly electrical switches and some electrical upgrades. And that's all I have for right now.
Thank you. Can we go back and revisit Resolution 2026-006?
Okay, Brian said it was okay.
We're all in it? We're good?
3.2 is in the legislation,
Thank you.
and you guys talked about it.
Just for clarification, I appreciate
Oh.
that. Thank you. Okay. Community development, please.
We have a resolution at 2026-11 declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 753 Lullaby Court, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion, please. Hello, Mr. Roach.
Good evening, everyone.
Is there a photo?
I was just about to say, they didn't get put in the card this time. I apologize. Are they in the file?
Yes, so do you have a copy of the cover page along with the resolution in your packets? Do you have a copy of the cover page?
Give me 1 second.
No.
Nope, no picture of it.
Yeah, there's a picture.
Only what we received
We have a picture in the
online.
resolution.
Where was it?
You want to
Oh,
take a
it's
quick
there.
peek?
Yeah, so what you're seeing in the picture there, I know the residents can't see it, but you're seeing there's just a bunch of miscellaneous construction debris, car parts strewn in the front yard and in the rear yard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did I do that? I didn't do that. I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution. Did we already
think we did that.
We did that. Sorry. Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes,
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
and there it is.
Resolution
Pictures. There we go.
approved. There it is.
All right.
753.
Sorry about that.
Well, that qualifies.
Mr. Roach, what's going on?
Yep, just a couple quick things. The banner company, we spoke with the banner company today, and they were scheduled to come out and take down the holiday banners and put up the Bicentennial 250. But with the weather, obviously, they're still going to try. If not, the weather breaks next week, they'll be out to exchange those banners. And just one other quick thing. The other day, Trustee Davis, you and I passed in the hallway, and you asked about the flags that Dolly's, all the different colored flags in the parking lot. And they are utility marked flags. That's what they're meant to do. Today, when we were out, we noticed there's some machinery in that parking lot, and they were doing some core sampling. And typically, when you see core sampling done on a commercial site like that, that means it's getting ready to probably transfer hands. So
We're talking about dollies. And again, it's so frustrating, I think, for all of us when people put their comments online, like, dang it, why isn't Delhi doing this? And these car washes, we don't own Delhi Pike. We don't own the land. We don't own the business. So sitting there yelling, oh, why can't we? You're a landlocked community between downtown, a river, and the west side over here that has everything. So we try to protect what we have, and we support what we have. Shop your local businesses. I hope whoever it is that's looking to set up shop, that the people will support it and not trash it online so that other businesses want to come into the township. I hope.
once we get more information, we'll be certainly passing on to your board. So
That would be great.
that's all I have, unless you
So not an Olive Garden. Why not an Olive Garden?
probably has something to do with the parking spaces, but number of parking spaces
And traffic flow.
and traffic flow, not car count.
Exactly. There has to be so many cars that travel up and down that pike, unless you want to talk about putting a bridge in, and then everybody freaks. So, very good. Thanks for that information.
Yep,
We appreciate it. And are we moving closer, Anderson Ferry Rapid Run? Are we?
Just from our last trustees meeting, I spoke with Mr. Ruda Miller, who's a civil engineer on the project, who your board appointed to our zoning commission. I haven't spoke with him in a couple of weeks, but he said that permission should be coming. That's all he told me.
Yeah.
But like I said, all the traffic lane study's done, it's restriped, you know, they're ready to rock and roll, I think, I mean, with the buildings, so.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Roach, you had a great grand opening of the Goodwill store, and it was so packed and crowded, and people were very pleased that it was there. So it was a good response to it.
Yep, your board, you know, obviously the board was there. I mean, it was well received and well attended.
Absolutely. And I think they're going to be a great neighbor.
Yeah, I mean, store looked great. I mean, it's well, you know, brand new. So.
Yeah.
Major investment in the building.
Yeah, they speaking with one of the directors, with the acquisition of the property and the remodel is between $3 and $4 million.
Yeah.
And add it all together in the last 4 or 5 years. And people, oh, Delhi, really?
And we-
$15 million over at Foley and Pedretti, $70 million, which are sitting in here, $3 or $4 million over there. Seton High School, $16 million. Are you kidding me? People don't throw that type of money into an area that, they really don't believe in.
One of the directors extended an invitation to come out to their campus out in, I guess by St. Rita's in that area out there, and I didn't realize there's a lot of things that Goodwill does for communities other than just resell. I mean, just.
And that's exactly why I said I believe they're going to be a great neighbor.
Yeah. It beats an empty shell just sitting there doing nothing. Awesome. Okay. Community events. What do we got going on? Is that what's next?
Here we go. I don't think you have a copy of it, but I'll share.
I do not.
All right. Kids, Cops, and Firefighters Mardi Gras fundraiser, dance and party featuring entertainment by the Menus is Friday, February 6th, starting at 7 p.m. going till 11 p.m. Right here at the Delhi Event Center. Cost is $50 per person. Price includes buffet dinner, beer, and soft drinks. All tickets are sold in advance. Attendance is limited to the first 300 people. Call Cindy at 513-608-6904 to purchase tickets. Galentine's Day candy making is Friday, February 13th at 7 p.m. Again, right here at the Event Center and over in the Culinary Kitchen. Celebrate with your friends at this fun, laid-back candy-making class led by Chef Valerie, owner of My Choice Chocolates. Learn to dip, drizzle, and decorate your own chocolates in this hands-on class. Take home a beautiful box of your own creations, perfect for gifting to a Valentine or to keep for yourself. $50 per person, registration required. Enjoy a glass of wine or beer for an extra $5. Alice in Wonderland's Unbirthday Tea Party by the Delhi Township Event Center and the Fairy Godmother Events is Sunday, February 22nd. Again at the Event Center. Join us for a very merry unbirthday tea party. Immerse yourself in the whimsical tale of Alice in Wonderland at the Mad Hatter's party as you celebrate your unbirthday. Enjoy visits from the Mad Hatter and Alice herself as you sip on curious drinks, eat curious tea time treats, and work on craft inspired by the novel. Characters provided by the Fairy Godmother Events. $25 per person. Registration is required, and you can register at delhieventcenter.com. The Delhi Township Annual Easter Egg Hunt, hosted by the Delhi Skirt Game Charity, is Saturday, March 28th at 9:30 a.m. It is at a new location this year, right here at the Delhi Town Square on the lawn. Age groups include 5 years old and under and 6 years to 10 years old. New this year is a sensory-friendly hunt for all ages that starts at 10:30. All children in attendance will receive a goodie bag and raffle ticket for a chance to win a prize. Delhi Police and Fire Departments will be in attendance for all to explore, so come check us out.
Also, every child gets a chocolate bunny. Thank you, Kroger Company.
Thank you for that. And I am going to turn it over to Mr. Soupy. He's going to tell us about the exciting summer concert series that we have.
Yeah, so
what our lineup is.
We just finalized the concert series lineup, so I'll read off. We'll definitely post these and have them on the next meetings and everything. But so the concert in the park, June 17th, we're having Cincinnati Transit Authority. July 1st, the Bronson Arroyo Band. July 22nd, The Remains. August 19th, The Menus. September 2nd, Forever Diamond. And September 16th, Michelle Robinson Band. And to be determined, Shakespeare in the Park as well will be out. So that will get the date set, and I'll have them for the next meeting, for sure.
It's great, yeah.
Yep. And we have dozens of arts program classes and other community events coming up here at the Delhi Event Center. So you have to go to the website, go to delhieventcenter.com, click on the arts program and classes. There's youth classes, adult classes. Get on there, check it out.
Yep.
So they're all online.
Yeah, follow it online, and it's great hearing the concerts and thinking warm thoughts, which is going to be great. But, you just think about it, just a few years ago, before all this was completed, the community coming together, just out packing up the lawn, watching the concerts in the park here. It's just so neat having everybody coming together, and it's going to be bigger and better this year, I hope, I'm sure, and just spread the word. It's a lot of fun night right here in the township, so good.
Great lineup.
Mr. Stupy, those are just the concerts in the park. That's not the entertainment that's going to be up here at DTS.
Correct, yeah, I believe
That's
the
another
events-
whole list.
Yeah, the events are working on those as well for, I
Right.
believe, Friday and Saturday
So there's
evenings.
lots of
Yeah.
entertainment all summer long, 2 different venues.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, then we have no other business. We will entertain a motion to adjourn. Our next meeting is going to be February 11th, Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here, so.
With no further business brought before the board, we have a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Have a good night. Motion is
Stay warm and safe.
So